going to see if we can derive the volume of a sphere formula using the technique that we use today, the disk method, for finding the volume of a solid of revolution. So if we take a semicircle and revolve it about the x-axis, that we end up with a sphere. Let's start with writing the volume formula. It's equal to the definite integral from a to b of pi times f of x squared dx. Okay, and we can look at our diagram, kind of rotate the semicircle about the x-axis, and then sketch in one of those disks and see that the radius of one of the bases is just a function value. Okay, so now we just need a formula for the semicircle. Okay, so the whole circle is of the form x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared, where r is the radius, and we want to solve this for y. So we have y squared is equal to r squared minus x squared, and take the square root of both sides. So y is equal to the square root of r squared minus x squared. Okay, typically we would have a plus or minus in front, but because we're only talking about the top half of this circle, we're using the positive root. Okay, so the only other thing that we need are those limits of integration, and because the radius is the distance from the center to a point on the circle, that means that this left endpoint is going to be at negative r, and the right endpoint is going to be at positive r. So we have the definite integral from negative r to r of pi times f of x, or the square root of r squared minus x squared squared with respect to x. Okay, we can simplify this a little bit. So we'll factor out pi. We have the definite integral from negative r to r, and square this radical, so it becomes r squared minus x squared with respect to x, and find an antiderivative. So recall that r is just a constant, so this would be r squared times x minus x cubed over 3, evaluated from negative r to r. So we're substituting our limits of integration for x, and we get r squared times r minus r cubed over 3, and then minus r squared times negative r minus negative r cubed over 3. And simplify. Okay, so this is r cubed, r squared times r is r cubed, minus r cubed over 3. Okay, this next is a minus a negative r cubed, so that's a plus r cubed, and minus an r cubed over 3, so because altogether we have 3 negatives. Okay, so minus r cubed over 3. And let's see, we have r cubed plus r cubed, so that's 2r cubed, and then negative r cubed over 3 minus r cubed over 3 is negative 2r cubed over 3. Okay, and if you get a common denominator, the first term inside the brackets becomes 6r cubed over 3 minus 2r cubed over 3, or 4r cubed over 3. And lastly, this looks like 4/3 pi r cubed.